Why does everything go to pot as soon as the red light goes on the camera?
That's Murphy's Law. Hi everyone, my name is James Ivey.
Hi, Paul Drew.
From the Studio Rats.
Ah, yes.
And you'd think we plan these things sometimes. Yesterday on the live stream, on our Wednesday night Q&A live stream type thing, Gregoire and I, Mr. Greg Farrett, were saying that we'd never seen one of these. We'd never even heard of one. And yet, the next day, if you will...
It appears.
It appears.
It appears with a 4x12 cab that I couldn't fit in my car because it is massive. It's the biggest 4x12, the box is the biggest 4x12 box.
I've actually had to put earplugs in because I'm sat by this blooming thing. So if I'm sounding quite strange when I'm talking, it sounds way worse in my head. Paul, what is this thing?
This is a Boss WAZA Craft amp. And you're right, a lot of people have never even seen them or even heard of them.
But this is not a new product, is it?
This is a 2014 product, I think.
So it's nearly 10 years old.
Yeah.
This predates Katana.
Yes.
This predates the Studio Rats.
There was a time. So BS.
How remarkably appropriate.
Yes.
But this has got some really cool stuff going on. And there's these weird blue lights and stuff, which I'm sure you'll come to. But talk me round this thing, because I've never seen one, and I'm loving the carbon fibre.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Well, let's talk about what it is. So this is Boss's design. So they got the WAZA Craft team got together and they developed an amp, like no expense spared, top minds, top components, and they created this. I think it's digital. It is digital. I'm sure it's digital.
Yeah, it's not an analog circuit, that's for sure.
No. So yeah, they created this. Now, when this came out, it has now been discontinued, unfortunately, but I think it's fantastic. But when it came out, and I could be wrong here, because this could have been the reduced price,
right?
But the head, you can still pick them up. They are discontinued, but you can pick them up for £2,500. And I think they were more than that when they came out.
Ouch.
The cab, I think the 4x12 cab came in about
£1,600,
something like that. So you're literally talking £4,000 for the rig. So it's a lot of money. So at the time, you know, the sort of price that people were paying for, more than people were paying for dual rectifiers, more than mattresses, all that sort of stuff, which, you know, when this came out, this was, well, let's explain what it is. So
it's cutting edge for a start.
Well,
for then it was
completely cutting edge, and it still sounds great. It is different to the Katana in the way that you don't get all the effects you get with the Katana. You've got reverb, and that's it. It's a really nice reverb. You've got these two little glowing things here, or one's glowing, one's not glowing. I'll explain that in a minute. It's 150 watts. It's the loudest thing. You know, we did that video where we compared all the valve amps against the Katana, and the Katana actually won.
Yeah.
I mean, God knows what that's.
I mean, we've got the dB meter on the wall. It's funny. I thought that was one of the most ridiculous things I was ever going to put in here, and it's been so handy for us.
It's a shame people can't see it. So, what is it? It's It's a 4-channel amp, although it's got some hidden tricks up its sleeve. It's got 2 effects loops in it, which are post the preamp. So it's for things like delays and reverbs, not for putting distortions and that sort of stuff. That would go before, you know, as you go in the input. You've got 2 effects loops. You've got a fantastic sounding line out, which I couldn't believe how great it sounded. I thought it sounded really good, and got some of the features from
Well, the line out has got some options on it. So
what you've got here, you've got this. You have actually got this on the Katanas, or on some of the Katanas, and I think on all the Katanas if you deep dive inside the software. But you've got this line out fill. So record, which is distance mic'd,
right?
Live, which is close mic'd, and blend, which is a blend of the 2.
Now the lovely thing is, because of the magic of us being organised at 9 o'clock on a Thursday evening, I've actually plumbed a line into the recording path. Let's hear all 3 versions.
Okay,
so
here we go.
This is the recording.
Should we go clean or no?
Oh, full filth.
Let's go filth. Next, you've got this amplifier type. So you've got the internal amp, which is the internal amp inside the WAZA Craft. Then you've got these little tone capsules that you can put in. So this has the Brown Sound tone capsule put in,
right?
Which is where they got the Katana Brown Sound. Now, it's not going to sound exactly the same. So the Katana and this do sound different, apparently. We haven't compared them side by side, but they do sound very different, apparently. So you can switch over to the internal sounds, the Brown Sound, which is the capsule that's currently installed in there. And if you buy an additional capsule, you can go into B. So you've actually got the choice of 3 different amps. Now, the additional capsule is the Steve Vai capsule. So Boss and Steve Vai got together.
Steve Vai?
Steve Vai, yes. The one and only Steve Vai created the capsule to go in the WAZA Craft amp. So that goes in. You can buy extra. Believe it or not, you did have to pay extra for that. in amp 3. And I think it's a brilliant sounding amp. I think it sounds really, really good.
I mean, they've machine gunned the controls on. So we've got 4 separate channels: a clean, crunch, lead, and lead 2.
Yep.
EQ, reverb.
So EQ is dedicated. So clean and crunch.
Yep.
This is the EQ for the clean and crunch, and these are the 2 leads. Now, they do sound very different. Let me play the clean. Let's go to the other amp options. You've got the Brown Sound module.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's fat, isn't it? It's much fatter. It's a fatter sound. Now, it works like a valve amp as well, where when you turn up the gain, the whole tone control changes as well. So it's not just like, you know, like with a lot of modelers, and especially modelers of this era, where like you turn up the gain, it's literally just the gain, and the EQ stays the same. It does fatten up as you turn the gain up. But let's have a look at the crunch channel. So let's switch it on to the internal. And the way that I've got this set up, I think at the moment is pretty sort of clean, but on the verge of breakup. Great, isn't it?
Really good. Now, there's no memories on this, is there? There's no presets. No. So it's basically, it is a 4-channel amp.
Yep.
Anything that you do, you have to either Chinagraph it or whatever. You have to make marks on it.
Yeah.
There's no memories. There's no Katana preset or anything like that.
But I like that. I think this is a great option you know, of going out live because you've got all your sounds right in front of you. I mean, it's quite rare to get a 4-channel amp. I mean, you know, there obviously are 4-channel amps, but you know,
4 channels, 2 EQ stacks.
Yeah, yeah.
That's rarer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's try lead 1.
Okay. Well, let me show you what I mean by the gain. So if I bring the gain back, you get that sort of plexi bitey. Now if I turn the gain up. Lead 2, the filth, the absolute filth channel. I mean, that to me is a great sounding drive.
Yes. This is going to be disgusting, isn't it?
It's gonna be... Because it's increasing the bottom end. So
it's epic, isn't it?
It is epic.
What's interesting is we've got, like on the Katana, you've got various power controls. Now, this theoretically should have very little difference on the tone because it's not a valve amp. So if we go down to 1 watt,
now, to me, that does sound very different.
It sounded more different than I was expecting it to.
Is that the Fletcher Munson curve?
Yeah, that's the equal loudness curve. It's all to do with people like louder. Louder sounds better. But
it is,
I did knock that back quickly because I noticed that the mic on there went into 150 watts in a 3U chassis.
Yeah.
The rack is included, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You could take it out of there and rack it up with your other effects and stuff, but it's an amazing thing.
Comes with a foot switch, like a GAFC foot switch.
Right.
It looks very much like a GAFC. It's got different writing on it and stuff, but yeah, it comes with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we've got the Boss. So Boss sent us this over because it's discontinued, and they also sent a 4x12 over. So I couldn't get it in the car, so we'll do another video.
I love the fact that you couldn't get it in the car.
Yes, I haven't got a small car either, but it wouldn't fit in the car. But so we're going to be getting the Steve Vai module, which I think would be really interesting to try.
Yeah, we'll put that through the Waza 4x12 as well. That'll be amazing.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll do that. So
and we'll break out our For the Love of God riffs and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We can butcher that. So yeah, let us know what you thought in the comments. What you think of the whole Waza thing. I think it's great.
See, I thought Waza was post Katana.
Right.
But clearly,
no, I think Waza is their sort of
Skunkworks.
Yes, if you want. It's that sort of thing, yeah. So yeah, if you got something out of this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, click on the bell button, and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul.
I'm James.
And we'll see you next time.